Hi, I'm Sophie Wilson, and this is People of the Pool, where we have conversations with those making a positive change in Liverpool's business community. We're known for our music, for our culture, tourism, and of course, football. But what's caught my eye since moving back from down south is the innovation and entrepreneurship that's happening in the City Region. And this podcast is about championing just that. I'm blue, not red. I don't have a purple wheelie bin, but I'm still a proud Scouser, and I can't wait to share the stories of positive, inspirational changemakers with me. Next up is Clare Ellis. Clare is the Director of Wellness in the City, which hosts events which bring businesses, individuals, organisations and practitioners together to create a lasting change for the wellness of people in Liverpool. Clare, welcome to People of the Pool.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, thanks. Lovely to have you on.
Thank you for asking me.
So, talk to us, Clare, about the inspiration behind Wellness in the City. I remember meeting you when it was just a sort of idea in your head.
Yeah.
What problems were you trying to solve?
So it was really interesting. I'd actually been on a retreat. I've been a bit of a wellness junkie for like the last 7 years or so. I'm not a practitioner. I'm not qualified in any element to it. I'm addicted to trying stuff that's a bit different, a bit new. And we went on a retreat. I think it was last March, 2022. And it was just the most serene environment ever. There was a group of women who'd come together and gentlemen as well. There was a gentleman there. And we were sitting talking about different types of well-being. So talking about yoga, we were talking about healthy eating and gut health.
Yeah.
We were talking about meditation. I'm sure most people will recognise all of these elements within the wellness arena. Then we also talked a little bit about a sound bath, which is when we have gongs and crystal bowls to kind of reverberate our energy. We did Kundalini yoga, which is very like a meditative yoga, very gentle, very slow moving. And we talked about, the impact of our daily stresses at the time, what might, for example, emotionally trigger us to eat differently or to drink. And as we were talking through the conversation, I was curious to know why some of the group weren't really tuned into these alternative therapies. One of them was actually from the healthcare institution. So they already knew the negative impact of, drinking too much or overeating or, kind of smoking, all of these habits that lots of people kind of, run through every day.
Yeah.
Lack of exercise. And yet they weren't necessarily, projecting or practicing it themselves.
Right.
So it kind of set off a curiosity for me as to what are the barriers to people achieving their ultimate wellness state? And believe you me, Sophie, it set off like a whole series of questions in my head. Is it people don't know? Is it, people are a bit nervous?
Yeah.
Is it people have tried stuff before where, it didn't feel like it had any positive effect? Is it the fact that we're also attuned to just going to the doctors or the NHS for your traditional medical, input? So this is what really kind of like inspired the idea, because what I've noticed through my networking is there are so many wonderful golden nuggets of people. I keep calling them golden nuggets, like as if I'm like digging through the sand and I find another one. I'm really excited. People and businesses, or practitioners and businesses, that are doing amazing work. Some of it is scientifically proven to work. Some of it is a lot of testimonial work where people have come away and said, I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
And I thought, why not bring everybody together? Why can't we create a community where we support and uplift everybody, each other, and obviously, the general residents of Liverpool City Region. So it's a very long explanation, but my curiosity came out from a retreat. I started asking questions, and I'm just really excited about supporting everybody. That's where I think what makes my inner light shine.
Yeah. No, it sounds amazing. So from that idea, which was really only a year ago.
Yes.
Just on a year.
Yeah.
You went from there to then hosting an enormous expo with an impressive lineup of speakers from all walks of life. Tell the listeners kind of what that was, and then the journey from the kind of retreat and the realization to enacting that?
Yeah. So me being me, so I have had some, my own mental health issues, my own confidence issues over the years. And I did kick around the idea for a good few weeks. I really wasn't sure, how it was going to work. And then I just thought, let's go big or go home. So we booked the Spine building, which is a recognised which is a building which is recognised that has been built to the WELL standard. Now, if anybody doesn't know that, basically what that means is when they've done the architecture, when they've created it, the interior, everything has been centred around a person's well-being. Yeah. So the interior design, the air conditioning, the lighting, it is like the most soothing and calming place you could go to, I think. One of them, at least, in Liverpool. There's a building in Liverpool, Paddington Village, and we brought together an expo. I didn't just want people to come around and shop, though, or just meet the exhibitors. Yeah. I wanted them to come and experience stuff. So we held a really lovely sound bath from Ultrasound, Gorgeous Grace. We had a painting masterclass from Gemma Longworth, who's off the telly. And then we also did things like listen and learn. So we had like a theatre style element where, people could come and learn a little bit more about, for example, breathing techniques or well-being in the workplace, which was a big, lead in. So I wanted people to meet and greet exhibitors or meet and greet people who are practitioners. I wanted people to experience. I wanted people to learn. I wanted people to try something new. The centre of the day over the lunch hour was a panel of experts about well-being in the workplace. And again, we have some real local champions. I was very fortunate to have Alison Lobb of Moorcroft Solicitors come and join us. And also Kim Rutherford of 8 Ways. She's written her own book about the 8 pillars of wellness. And then we also had Lee Chambers. He's actually from Preston, but he does a lot of work, in the area. Yeah. He's a real champion for well-being. And then we had the very fabulous Cesar Gamio as well. I'm not pronouncing his name right, but I don't have a Peruvian accent, so what can I say? And he's actually internationally renowned for instigating a good well-being policy within the workplace. Not just something there to tick off a list. Just like literally something that kind of is evident and it makes a change in your business.
Fascinating. So how did you kind of corral all these people? Did you do it all on your own? How did you...
I was very fortunate. I did have a help because no man's an island, are they? Yeah. And when you've got a team, actually, it really works. So I kind of joined together with my friends Claire Morton and Margaret Bell. And then I met Joel Jellin along the way, and he introduced me to lots of different people within the wellbeing arena. And then I also had some support from the B&IPC. Goodness, can't say it. B&IPC Centre, which is basically the Business and IP Centre. It's based in Central Library, and they are real champions for small businesses and startups. Yeah. And the gorgeous Geraldine Fuller kind of took on board, and she suggested, the Caesar to come and talk because she'd already had some experience with him. And just coming together with things like the Good Small Business Awards and the BIPC, it made a difference to the quality of the speakers that we had during the day.
And how was the event sort of received?
Oh, it was fabulous. I must admit, I was really nervous the Monday, Tuesday before. I was imagining, tumbleweed rolling through the building. But actually, it was really good. We had, a number of visitors, a lot more than I expected, which was wonderful. Somewhere around the 150 mark. Just in the lunchtime hour, and then obviously people are other through the day. But actually, people came away and they said, I've got a new way of looking at certain parts of wellness. I've really enjoyed myself. People were giving it 5 out of 5 on the feedback. And they're really excited for what's going to now develop into wellness in the city, through the rest of the year.
So what is that vision moving forward?
Gosh. So it did start with just doing an expo. But actually what we're focused on now is doing very specialist was actually 3 tiers to it. Very specialist one-off events. So very themed things around women's health, for example. I'm going to do an event around International Men's Day. In November, and I'm also going to do something around building confidence in the summer. Just trying to fill the gaps in, and we want to work with all types of businesses right across the city region. And then we're also going to create a business directory so that people can go on there and, you know, source information about their well-being and how to improve it.
Excellent. Sounds exciting.
Yeah. And obviously we've got the expo next January as well. So
lots in the pipeline. So obviously you've dabbled in and learned a lot about all these different therapies, kind of antidotes to modern life. What top piece of advice would you give to kind of business owners who are maybe struggling with a work-life balance?
Oh, goodness. I think my top line would always be find something that suits you.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is one of our guiding principles of wellness in the city. I'm trying to create an opportunity where you've got your own toolbox because, as I said before, I've had my own mental health challenges, and there's some days when meditation just doesn't work for me. Actually, going for a walk and popping in some music in my ears is a better resolve. It makes me feel better. Having a dance, talking to a friend, really doesn't make any difference. But what I want you to do, my objective is to try and give you a selection of things that you can do to help rebalance that work-life balance. One technique that is really important before we do anything is take some mindful breaths. This can change your gut health. This can change your mood. This can change your physicality in the way that, you know, your productivity and going to the gym, for example. So, you know, learning more about breathing techniques. It's relatively free. It's easy. You can do it in your own space and time. There's just so many tools you could use, but just find
myself doing it now. I'm taking some mindful breaths now.
Conscious breaths. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. We've created People of the Pool podcast with the support of the team at Bengo Media. Dozens of businesses, large and small, turn to Bengo Media to get their podcasts up and running through their training, consultancy, and even hands-on production. And right now, Bengo Media is offering you, People of the Pool listeners, free online training to help get your podcast launched in 90 days. You'll get insight into the steps to take and some of the biggest mistakes to avoid. So, to claim your free online podcast training from Bengo Media, go to podcastschools.com now. That's podcastschools.com. So you're not only the sort of founder of Wellness in the City, but also the Liverpool Facilitator for the Pink Link Ladies Networking Group, right?
Well done, yes.
So tell us all about that.
So Pink Link Ladies, it was established originally more than a decade ago now in Blackpool by the lovely Coral Horn. And she has created a platform where businesses, ladies in business can come from all different sectors. You can come to inspire, you can come to share your knowledge, share your lived experiences, help grow your own business, make connections, and really just, you know, be out there to support each other.
Yeah.
You know, we hold a number of different events throughout the year, and then as well, obviously, like monthly networking meetings. Really lovely space to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you are running your own business or you're a representative of a business or a charity. Everybody's welcome.
Yeah, I love it. Creating communities around women and around wellness, but all in Liverpool. So let's talk all things Liverpool.
Okay.
So what's your kind of earliest memory of doing business here?
Oh, goodness. Okay, so I think from a buyer's perspective, so I'm a young child. I'm coming in with my mum and dad into Liverpool because I actually came from Runcorn originally. My mum and dad had a house out there, and we were in the Nissan Bluebird, coming down Speak Road, going past the Garston Docks, and really just shopping in St John's. Like it's like a wealth of noise and smells and senses. Being a business owner, I've been self-employed since 2006 now. So, you know, kind of just creating the opportunity for myself. I was really bored at work and I knew that I always wanted to be self-employed. So I actually became a driving instructor.
Oh, wow.
And it was great. And it was only ever meant to be a short-term thing, just to get me out of my job, but actually being a real vocation, because I loved helping those people realise a milestone in their lifestyle.
Absolutely. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that.
Jagged past.
That's so interesting. Which were your patches for the test centres? Where was it? Norris Green?
Yeah, Norris Green, and I did Garston as well, and occasionally Widnes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those who don't know Liverpool, Norris Green famously had a double roundabout, didn't it? Which made it very challenging.
Double roundabout of hell, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. With the zebra crossings in between.
Just to make it even more difficult.
Yeah.
So obviously you're very passionate about Liverpool. You're championing these different communities. Why do you think people should come here, and particular maybe to start a business?
Oh gosh, there's so much opportunity in Liverpool. I mean, we've worked really hard over the last, since 2008, haven't we, to make it a very tourist destination. We rely quite a lot on the hospitality sector, which, me and my partner have a business in. But there's genuinely so much opportunity for technology, for innovation, for logistics. We've got, one of the biggest ports that, is accessible for all over the world. It's just such a wonderful place. And if you choose to come to Liverpool to start up your own business, you will know that you will be supported. You will have cheerleaders absolutely on your side. Everyone is so friendly in the sense that we'll help refer you business as well. What I've noticed is that we have a real welcoming, we'll help you attitude in Liverpool. So that's the reason why. If I didn't live in Liverpool, if I wasn't passionate about the city, then that's what I would do. I'd be coming to Liverpool. It's just so full of energy and love.
Oh, love that. So bit of a kind of brand question, which maybe leads on from that. If you were to sort of develop a new strapline for Liverpool as a place to come and live and work, what might that be?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Do you know, actually, okay, here we go, because I'm going on from the love bit. I would say Liverpool is a city of love and laughter. It doesn't really say much about business. It doesn't say much about hospitality or tourism. It doesn't say much about what it does do is it creates a wealth of opportunity and warmth. Yeah. I would choose to come to Liverpool because of the love and the laughter.
There's a definite, I've noticed it since we relocated our business up to Liverpool. It is, a positive culture of entrepreneurship that kind of wraps you in its warm embrace, and people want to help you. People want to make referrals and introductions, and this series is about community builders, right? And it is that sense of community exists palpably, I think, in Liverpool.
Absolutely.
So, Claire, just sort of reflecting back over a career that's spanned driving instruction, hospitality, wellness, networking, what are your important life lessons that you could share with listeners?
So I learned quite a few years ago that we all have our own, we all know this, we all have our own skill sets and talents. There is something called a human design, so a little bit beyond the astrology level. So we all know, for example, I'm a Taurus. I may be stubborn sometimes, but I love life. That typical newspaper theme.
Yeah, Mystic Meg.
Yeah, exactly. God rest her soul, she didn't see that one coming. But, genuinely, there is something like another level to it called human design. And this is really specific about who you are. The moment that you were born, that moment, the atoms that were flying through the air have created, certain elements of your personality that you'll always feel challenged with. And then there's also certain, elements of your personality that are really going to help you excel. If you can find that thing that lights you up, then really, for me, that's the thing about, what entrepreneurship, being in a community, helping others is my big thing. It really gets, if I could do it free, if I was a millionaire, I'd do it free all day long. But being able to see other people's successes is where I get my ready bread glow from. Oh, yeah.
So, I love that.
Yeah.
And interestingly, you are not the only one who has kind of talked about that on this series. So it kind of does really reflect, I think, on that spirit of lifting each other up that really exists in this city. So love it. Okay, well, we're coming to the end now, so I'm just going to sort of close with one fun question.
Okay.
If you had to name Wellness in the City with a Beatles song title that reflected it,
okay,
what would that be?
Gosh, this seems like a theme for my conversation now, doesn't it? I would say All You Need Is Love. Now, the reason why I say that is because that first verse in the song, because everybody knows the whole chorus to it, the actual first verse in the song is all about don't ever feel defeated.
Yeah.
There is songs that you can sing. There is things that you can defeat. There is, love that you can give and share. All you need to do is put your heart and soul into it. Really, that's the basis of the song. So I just think, we can support entrepreneurs and businesses if we just put our heart and soul into it. If we just take some time and share out the love, then that would be my theme for Wellness in the City. All I want to do is see the statistics for the well-being and the wellness of Liverpool City Region rise up. All I want to see is Liverpool be recognised in this country as the best. I'm going to say the best, not one of the best city to visit.
Yeah.
Because I think we're so blessed with architecture and waterfront and, exciting tourist things to do. And, the innovation and the growth and the technology. I think we are the best city in the country. I'm quite bold in saying that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know what? It's interesting because we've had a few guests now and we've not had anyone say the same song title.
Oh, really?
But I've never thought, all you need is, you think of that sort of very famous refrain, but it's the beginning bit. That's the kind of message of hope. So
yeah, it's the message of hope and love. If we share each other and we help each other out, everything can be achieved.
And that sounds to me like your key takeaway from today. I was going to ask you what that would be. It's sharing the love.
Yeah, absolutely. Sharing. Support is everything. As I said before, when I started Wellness in the City, I had a team behind me to cheerlead me on, to give me that encouragement to get Wellness in the City off the ground. And if I just go and improve one person's life because of it, then I will die happy.
Claire,
so
it's been absolutely amazing having you on. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing, and thanks for joining People of the Pool.
Thank you.
If you want to find out more about some of the amazing things that are going on in Liverpool City Region, go to www.tuesday-media.com/People of the Pool. People of the Pool is presented by me, Sophie Wilson. Until next time.